What's up, everybody? How you doing? I hope everybody's enjoying your weekend, enjoying this weather out here. So this is JD Shabazz here for another topic on what is. And this is a very fascinating topic that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention about Alpha Omega, the Alpha Omega, and this symbol of the Alpha Omega that I have displayed on my laptop. So I wanted to start with the Alpha, which represents that pyramid that you see right in the middle. And it also represents the letter A, and so when it comes to the Alpha means basically the beginning. And this also symbolizes the transits of the sun. So when you look, at that structure of it, so when the sun rises from the east, is going and it goes into high noon, they believed in the Kemetic times there, in this old ancient Kemetic time, they believed and they noticed that the sun would skim across the ocean, and they would say that in that time, they would say that the sun is walking on water. So while it was going from the west and rising up and going into high noon, it goes into high noon at the top right there, and that's what that top peak represents. And then when it goes down into the west, it goes down and it forms a pyramid. And also, when they put that line across the middle of that pyramid, that creates at the top the all-seeing eye of Haru, which is the eye of enlightenment, which represents the beginning of all structure and all civilizations. So when you look at that O, or that circle, that represents the sun and the power of the sun. And this is the reason why you would say, and this saying started to kind of come, that the sun, or that Jesus walks on water. That's why that, they would say that, because the sun, when it was going through these transients, it would look like it was walking on water, So, I just wanted to bring that up and try to clarify some of that, because it has everything to do with our ancient African beliefs. And that's what this symbol represents, So you got to pay attention to what these things there. And it's always good to really do your own homework for clarity for yourself. You can't always just believe everything that you see, and understand that everything starts with us. All civilization started with black people, and that's why they always refer to the ancient, what they call pyramids, and the ancient Egyptians. Even when you look on the back of your dollar bill, they have pyramids, and they have, again, that all-seeing eye of Haru, right there on the pyramid. And that's what the letter A represents. That's what it is there. So that's what represents the beginning of the alphabet, and it represents Alpha, where all civilization began. And the letter O used to be the last letter in the alphabet, so that's why that represented what they would call the end. But it has everything to do with our beliefs. And the reason, again, why this was important was because they believed in this ancient time that we would keep coming back. They believed that at the end of your life, you would return. Just like the sun, every day the sun comes back, and these cycles just never end. And when you think about that again, and you think about like a light, and you look at electricity, and you look at the lights that you have in your house, and and when that light bulb goes out, that doesn't mean the electricity's out. That just means you need to get another bulb, So, and that's what I don't want to get too deep into this, but that's what it all represents. When you take away this finite body, you're a soul, pure energy, that can never be created recreated and can never be destroyed. So you just have to, you just get transferred into another type of position, you know. So you got to pay attention to these things, and this is what these beliefs really represented, you know. So dig deep, you know. Sometimes you got to do your research there, but it's there, and these symbols represent it way more than what it says. And when you look at it, now you can't unsee it, you know. When you look at that A, from now on, understanding this, you're gonna see that that A represents a pyramid, you know. So again, I just want to open up that door for your mind to be able to understand this stuff, because they're not going to give it to you. You know, they're not going to give you the full story. They're going to give you a wallet-sized story or wallet-sized picture, and you want the full portrait. But you got to dig for that. Just like gold, man. Anything that you want to value, you got to dig and you got to work for it. You know, but once you get it, man, that power is, that knowledge is serious power. And it's going to make you stand up taller, and we can keep on pushing this stuff out to our youth, and so they can understand that they can have more power to be able to do more for yourself. We have so much power inside of us. We have so much that we can do for ourselves, and we have the key. All we got to do is unlock that door. It's all in your mind there to do, but you need all this information to be able to put it all together. You need it, because it's going to be like energy for you to propel you into what you need to do for yourselves and for your families. You know, but everybody have a good weekend. Y'all take care.